Hi and welcome to Visual C++ ATM system. This system is actually at the request of one of my viewers out there. Let me show you guys his email. Right here it said, "Hello Professor Captain Paul, can you create a C++ ATM, just something that shows input and output? I will try the calculation, maybe improving it. Please help." Okay, his name is Godson. So I decided to put something like this together. He's been tormenting me for about 2-3 days now, since the very first time I created the first video in Python. Alright, so let me just show you guys how this works. I'm going to clear the whole system and let's enter a login, a new PIN number. And there we go. I'm assuming that's my PIN number there. And if you want, you can click for cash and enter whatever amount you want in there. That's 300. Just click on enter, and that's it. Cash withdrawal confirmed. You can exit back so that another customer can get into the system. There we go, enter. And this very customer, he or she would like to see her mini statements. Just click, and that is the mini statement of this very customer. And you can even, if you want a print version, you can just click on print, and there we go. So we're just waiting for that, and that is the print. You can just hit on print there and print out this very mini statement. The other thing that you can do is you can get yourself a loan. Let's say you want a loan of £5,000. Just enter, and there, loan transaction complete. Okay, or maybe completed, I think. There. Alright guys, and let's start a new project. So I'm going to exit out of here, and let's open up a new application entirely. And here I'm going to click on create new project, and there. Now let's select C++, and I'm going to click on next. Let's give my project a name. I will call that CPP ATM system. There. Click on create. There we go. Now that my development environment is ready, make sure the name of your project is selected as mine right there, CPP ATM system. So I'm now going to click on these properties there, and right inside this property, the first thing I'm going to have a look at is the configuration manager. So click on that. Okay, I want to make sure my active solution platform is 64-bit. There we go. And all other settings are 64-bit. And here we have the configuration, as you can see, is debug. Make sure yours is debug as well. I'm going to close that. Now the next thing I will do is go straight to the linker. If you can't find your linker, make sure you drop down this arrow there. That's the linker. Drop down the linker and let's select the system. Right inside the system where we have subsystem, click on it and drop it down. Let's select Windows, subsystem, Windows. And we come back in here. Let's select advanced. Then for the advanced, you see where we have entry point. I'm going to give that a name. I will change it to main. So what I'm trying to do here is just to create my form. Click on apply, and then click on OK. There we go. Now the next thing is right click on the name of your project again, and let's select add. Then we'll select new item. Once this pops up, we want to select the UI. Inside the UI, let's select Windows Form. And if you look underneath here, there's a default name in there. myform.h. I'm going to leave that default name as myform.h. Click on add, and there will be an error now, which we can later on get sorted. And there we go, that's my development environment. Although there's an error, I will include in the description area a forum where you guys will be able to follow to create something like this. So to take care of this very error, so let's double click on myform.cpp, this very one. Double click on myform.cpp, and underneath here, these following lines of code, you guys should be able to see that. You will find that on the in the forum. Okay, and I will also include the forum URL to my description area. The next thing is we want to change the name of our project. My project is CPP ATM system. CPP. You must name it accordingly, and right there. So double click on that, and what will happen is all this error will disappear. You see that gone, and this very one here is just a comment telling you to enter the name of your project. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. And that's it. Your form is ready, but the form is not here. If I click on run or click on start, you should be able to see the form. That is my form right there. But the problem is, if I close this, the form is not visible when you go to the Solution Explorer. So the only way we can get the form activated is close your program, entirely, and then reopen it. Then the program would have been refreshed. Okay, so let's wait for it to close, but make sure it is saved. There we go. Now that is the project right there. I'm going to open it up. Open it up, and the Solution Explorer is now getting ready. There we go. That is the form right there. Okay, and those are the lines of code that create the form for me from here down here. So if I double click on the form, this is what you guys will see. There we go. That's the form. Now we can now carry on with any modification to the form. I'm going to select the form. Let's go straight to the properties, and the first thing I want to do is to set the size of the form. I'm going to make that 1386 by 788. Press enter. There, that's the form. Now the next thing I want to do is to go straight to the toolbox, and let's select a panel or a plane. Where is it? There we go. There. And I'm going to go straight to the properties of this very plane. Let's look for the border style, and on the border style I'm going to change that to fix 3D. There we go. I can now copy this. Hold on to your control, click and drag. I've just made a copy. We'll increase the size of the very first one, and right there. So what I'm going to do now is let's come in here and just readjust this plane. Now then copy this very plane. Hold on to your control, click and drag. There. Yeah, that's not bad. And let's copy this same frame again and just paste it dead center somewhere there. Right. Okay. Inside this very one, that's where I will add, or in fact, let's just do that now. I'm going to add a rich text box. Come right down. There we go. And just draw. And to the side of it, I'm going to add buttons. Need 4 here. That's 2, 3, and 4. And I will also need another 4 here. There we go. right underneath here I need as follows as well. Bring 4 here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. There we go. There. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to select each button and we then add images to them. So let me show you guys the button image I intend to use. There they are. Those are the images I intend to use for my buttons. Okay, so I'm going to select one of them. Let's select that and go to the properties. On the property I'm going to select images. There we go. Yep. And I will then navigate to wherever I have my images, and there we go. Just select whatever image I want, and there we go. That's it on the very first button. I can delete all of these there, but instead of just repeating exactly the same process, I can just delete all of this and copy this very one around. Okay, that will make life a bit easier for me. And there we go. So that is it. 4 done. Come in here, select this, and let's go straight to the images as well. Images. Come in here, and there we go. Select that. That's 1, and there. Get rid of the text content on it. And this is for my right arrow, while this one is for my left arrow. I'm going to delete this one so I don't need them anymore. Just do exactly what I did with the first one. And there we go. Now this is populated. There. And here, select that. Where is the image? Or where the image is? Come in here, and that's going to be cancelled. There we go. And this will be clear, followed by enter. Now this is going to be 1. Let's see, number 1, and we have 2 here. So I believe you guys get the whole idea. Like I said, the links to all of these images are on the description area for you guys. So I'm just going to speed that up and get back to you guys as soon as I'm done. And right there, guys, and I've also added a text box. Each of these buttons now has a name. Okay, and this is just button 1 there. So that's how it's looking. So before we start with the coding, I'm going to run it so that you guys see how it all looks. Alright, that is how it all looks now, but nothing is happening. So let's end that. Alright, I like it. Now, the first lines of code that I'm going to take care of will be that of the cancel. Okay, at the ATM, they always have cancel, clear, enter. And you can see how rough each of the buttons look like. It looks like they've been well used and it looks worn out. So that's how I like it. So I'm going to double click on cancel. Okay, right here inside button cancel, I'm going to enter the following lines of code. Let's copy something right here anyway. Let's bring that down. I'm just going to copy all of this instead of typing it all over. Copy and just bring it right down. And paste that in here. That's where I'm going to search for my dialog result. And this is a dialog result. I'm going to give it a variable. Okay, just like you have inside any other program. So I'm creating a variable here. Okay, so the variable, the data type is known as dialog result. So and this is my variable right there. So let's come right down here and and I'm going to now, let's say I exit equals message box dot show. It's actually column to get the method show, and inside this method open up a bracket, and inside this bracket I'm just going to enter confirm if you want to cancel. There we go, that's it. Now I'm going to come out of it, confirm if you want to cancel. Let's enter that in. Okay, that's my very first argument. The second argument, enter a comma. The second argument will be ATM system, and come out of that argument and add another argument. This other argument is going to be message box buttons, message box button, and the method that we'll be using is going to be yes or no. That is argument 3. Change that to yes or no. Yes or no. There. Comma, argument number 4. That's going to be message box icon. There. And for the message box icon, I intend to add a question mark. There we go. Those are all my arguments in place. And let's enter semicolon, press enter. And right underneath here I'm going to use an if statement, and let's put that in a bracket. If I exit equals, so I'm going to grab all of these, system column window form column yes or no. That means if yes is selected, open up a curly braces, and what I want the system to then do is application.exit, and the method is going to be exit. There we go. Enter parenthesis right in front of it and semicolon. That's it. I've just taken care of cancel button. The next code will be for the clear. Double click on the clear. In the case of the clear, I just want to enable all of my buttons, so I'm going to say btn. That will be loan, button loan. That is dash. I will make that enable equals false. And the next one is deposit. So I might as well just copy all of these and just enter. It's in total 8, 4 on each side, and I just change the names around. There we go. So I'm going to change this one to btn deposit. There. The next one is going to be btn, and that is going to be request new PIN number, and btn print statement. And this is going to be btn cash. We have btn withdraw. I think that's going to be withdraw. Okay, let's just call that statement. I will get the other one. Then we have btn cash receipt here. Cash receipt. btn cash with receipt, and finally I have btn balance. Yeah, they are all false. Now the other thing is, and I want to clear whatever content I have inside the display, that is the rich text box. So let's clear that there. Now I'm also going to enable my text box. So bring it down, come right down the text box. So that's going to be TXT, enter pin, clear whatever we have in there first, equals clear there. And we also want to make it visible, enable, and set focus. So copy that, paste visible equals true. Now focus. There. Okay, the same lines of code I also want it on the form load. So I'm going to copy all of this, and let's come right here, or we can even create a method for this instead of writing too many codes. Okay, so let's just create a function for this. So I'm going to come down here now, create a function that will just disable and enable, else there goes all over the place. So I'm going to call that function disabled or enable buttons. Okay, that'll be fine. Function enable buttons. And let's enter curly braces in there. I will now copy all of this. Just copy, and you see that's going to be a smart move. All I just need to do is inside the clear button, copy that and paste my function in there. Paste it right in here. Enter semicolon. So that is for clear. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing now for the form load. So the function is already defined as the function there, which is good. Now go straight to the form and double click on the form. Inside the form, just paste that in there instead of codes all over the place. You see that? That makes life easy. Okay, so button cancel, function to enable button or disable button, and form load. Now I'm going to run the program. Save it first. Let's run it and you guys see what I'm up to. Alright, check it out, guys. Every single component here are all disabled. We can't do nothing to it. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the very first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly. Bye for now.